Hey there, podcast lovers. Looking for a fresh take on the world? Tune into Nikki's World, where we dive into everything hitting the headlines and chat about just what's on our minds. No filters, just real talk. Whether you're sipping your morning coffee or unwinding after a long day, Nikki's World is your go-to for genuine commentary on the real world. Subscribe now if you want to hear the real deal on what's going on. Join the conversation on Nikki's World, where every episode feels like catching up with an old friend. Don't miss out.
What's up, y'all? Let's do this. Oh, hi guys, welcome to Nikki's World. I'm Nikki, your host, and today, guys, we've got to talk about the wave of leftist anti-ICE protesters, and then we got to talk about Scott Presler, who's fighting against forming a third party in this country. We got to talk about that and so much more. But before we go any further, guys, if you guys love Nikki's World so much, seriously, y'all, can y'all please consider donating a cup of coffee for me? Because for the price of a cup of coffee at Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, and Cumberland Farms, guys, you guys help keep this podcast show alive. You guys help me curate more stories, more topics like this to talk about. I do accept Bitcoin donations. I am on Ko-fi, guys. If you guys want to support, sponsor, donate, and tip to Nikki's World. If you guys love Nikki's World so much, seriously, y'all, please hit that like, subscribe, please give me a review. Good, bad, and the ugly. Also, guys, I do have a bunch of affiliate links. First off is Minds.com. Minds.com is a Connecticut-based social media platform. They are an awesome alternative to Facebook. So if you guys value your right to freedom of speech like I do, head on over to my friends at Minds.com. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I do have an awesome affiliate link with Byrna.com. Byrna is the less lethal self-defense pistol, guys. If you guys value your right to self-defense and the Second Amendment, but you guys want to do it in a less lethal manner, head on over to my friends at Byrna, where at Byrna they have their top-of-the-line Byrna SD, Byrna LE, TCR, Mission 4, and their newest compact launcher, guys. So if you guys want to defend yourself and you guys value your right to the Second Amendment and you guys want to do it in a less lethal manner, guys, head on over to my friends at Byrna.com. Also, guys, I do have an awesome, and I mean totally awesome, an affiliate link with North Shore Medical Supply, guys. If you know somebody out there who needs to wear adult diapers like I do, and who needs to be put in adult diapers, send them on over to my friends at North Shore Medical Supply, guys. At North Shore, they have their top-of-the-line Megamax diaper, their North Shore Supreme pull-ups, and their Eterna boosters, guys. if you know somebody out there who needs to be put in diapers and who needs to wear diapers like I do, guys, send them on over to my friends at North Shore Medical Supply. And before we get the show on the road, literally, guys, if you guys love this episode and any of my other episodes on Nikki's World, seriously, y'all, can y'all please consider sharing this across all the social media platforms that are out there today? Woo, wow, that was a mouthful, ladies and gentlemen. That was a mouthful. And yes, guys, I am diapered up in my North Shore Megamax diapers with my boosters. And today I'm just in my t shirt because it's hot, humid, like always, guys. So, anyway, I'm diapered up, padded up. Let's get on with the show, shall we? So, first of all, guys, we got to talk about the leftist anti ICE protest and the violence going around in this country towards ICE officers who are just doing their damn job in this country. We got to talk about that because I'm telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen, this thing, if the federal government is not going to do their damn job in clamping down these anti ICE protesters, I'm going to say this right here on the show, guys. Eventually, people like me and everyone else out there who is fed up with this shit is going to take it out on them. And I'm telling you, and I've been saying this on social media a lot. Sooner or later, people like you, me, and everyone else who are sick and tired of the leftist anti ICE protesters harassing ICE officers, harassing the whole neighborhood just because a, a federal detention center is right there where they're holding illegal immigrants there. Sooner or later, if the government is not going to do their job and clamp down and arrest these anti ICE protesters, these leftist anti ICE protesters, sooner or later, people like you and me are going to get fed up with this shit and we're going to take the law in our own hands and deal with it because our federal government will not do their damn job. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to happen. Mark my words, guys. On July 7th, 2025, I've said this, that mark my words, sooner or later, when people have had enough with these anti ICE leftist protesters, like causing mayhem, violence, disrupting their daily life, they're going to take it out on these people. And if the federal government ain't doing it, people like you and me will probably wind up doing it for the federal government. The fact of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, our federal government, the people we voted and pay our taxes for, should be clamping down on these ICE protesters. Yes, these protesters have the right to of freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of assembly, but they should be doing it in a way that doesn't disrupt the normal lives of everyone else. But these anti-ICE protesters, they want to get in the faces of ICE officers who are doing their job, who are following the law, just because they're enforcing immigration laws in this country. And the fact of the matter is, I'll give you an example, guys. In Portland, Oregon, which is the leftist stronghold for Andy and Brandy Tifa, okay? They've been protesting nonstop at a federal detention center in Portland, Oregon, that it causes the whole neighborhood to be pissed off at them. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, eventually that is going to happen in this country. More and more people are probably going to get fed up with this shit. And then sooner or later, they're going to take it out on these people. And if I were the federal government, I'd be going like this. While we're cracking down on illegal immigration, we should be cracking down on these leftist anti-ICE protesters who are disrupting everyday lives. Because I'm telling you this, guys. I'm telling you this. People like you, me, and everyone else who basically want to go about our normal daily life don't want to be disrupted by Andy and Brandy Tifa and anti-ICE leftists who are what? Trying to cause mayhem, disruption, protesting over what? They want illegal immigration. They want sanctuary cities. They want illegal immigrants who some of them are what? Wanted felons in their home country that they escaped to America thinking that they're going to be protected here? Telling you this, ladies and gentlemen. I am telling you this. Sooner or later, people like you, me, and everyone else is going to get sick and tired of this shit. And I'm going to say this. One day, people are going to say, fuck it, had enough with this shit. Our federal government is not doing anything to quell these people. We're going to do it for them. Telling you, that's going to happen. That's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Read the tea leaves. It's going to happen. Because I'm telling you this, ladies and gentlemen, people are going to get fed up with all this shit. People are going to get fed up with all these anti-ICE protesters, and God forbid if one of them gets shot because they become so disruptive to normal everyday life in society. Just because you don't like Donald Trump enforcing the rule of law in this country and kicking out illegal immigrants, some of them have orders to go, some of them are wanted felons in their home country. Just because Donald Trump is enforcing the law, oh, we got to block these ICE officers because they're doing their job. I'm telling you this, ladies and gentlemen, the left is basically stupid and dumb and fucking retarded. It's that simple. It is. But I'm going to say this. These leftists who think that it's helping their cause, come midterm elections, come next year, come presidential elections, come 2028, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to hurt them in the long run. That's gonna make it look so worse than it is. Okay? It is. And the fact of the matter is, a lot of people are going to sit there and go, fuck this shit. I've had enough of all these leftoids trying to like ruin my daily life just because they want to have a temper tantrum, just because they want to have a whiny protest saying that, oh, we hate ICE, we hate Donald Trump, we hate like enforcing the law and all this shit. I'm gonna say this from someone who grew up in the 80s and 90s. My generation would more than likely bitch slap these idiots so far up the head, by the time it's all fucking said and done, their shoes will be hung on a telephone pole. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. But the fact of the matter is, and I agree with the residents in Portland, Oregon that live next to the federal facility, they're getting sick and tired of all the Antifa bullshit, the Antifa protests that you see every day on X and all the social media platforms. I'm telling you, man, the people are going to get sick and tired of the anti-ICE protesters, the leftists, the Andes and Brandy Tiefers. They're going to get sick and tired of it that sooner or later, when they hit their breaking point, they're going to take it out on these people. And I'm going to tell you, the federal government better be prepared for a shitstorm when these people get sick and tired and get fed up with what the leftists are doing. And I'm telling you, there's going to be a breaking point, ladies and gentlemen. There's going to be that breaking point. Because eventually, people are going to get sick and tired of all these whiny, bratty college kids and these leftists who think that socialism is wonderful, that illegal immigration is wonderful, that they think that, oh, we don't need borders and all that shit. They're going to get sick and tired of it. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, when shit hits the fucking fan, shit hits the fucking fan. Because look at it like this. People like you, me, and everyone else, we just want to go about our lives. We don't care about your whiny protests. We don't care about you wanting to stop immigration and enforcement officers from doing their job. We don't care. But the fact that you want to disrupt our daily lives, protest, riot, loot, and burn the city to the fucking damn ground just because you don't like Donald Trump enforcing the law that Congress voted for? Gee, when people have had enough of your bullshit, they're going to take it out on you people. And I'm telling you, I read the writing on the wall, the tea leaves. When common everyday folk get angry and pissed that you're interrupting their daily life just because you want to have a protest over what? Donald Trump and his and Donald Trump enforcing the law. One day, ladies and gentlemen, when common folk have had enough, they're going to take it out on these people. And I'm telling you right now, these clashes where like police and US troops and immigrations and customs enforcement officers doing their job, telling you, ladies and gentlemen, telling you, there's going to be a breaking point. And I bet you, and I'll bet my 401k, ladies and gentlemen, there's going to be a breaking point. Federal government knows it. There's going to be a breaking point where people have had enough with all these anti-ICE protesters. And when they've had enough, ladies and gentlemen, they're going to take it out on these people. They're going to take it out on these people so badly when all is said and done. You think the left is going to be standing? I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, they ain't going to be standing. They're gonna be crying to their mama while they're being hauled off to jail, while they're being put in handcuffs, hauled off to jail. The fact of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, the left is pissing off enough people that sooner or later they piss off the wrong person or the wrong group. All bets are fucking off the table, ladies and gentlemen. All bets are off the fucking damn table. Because I'm going to tell you this right now. And I'm going to tell you this. We're already in the midst of all these the summer of like all these protests, like people protesting against what? Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and what? Immigrations and customs enforcement. Telling you, when everyday common folks have had enough with all their bullshit, when they take their anger out on these people, sit back and watch the whole shit show go down. Sit back, grab your popcorn, grab your beer, because I'm going to tell you right now, the shit show goes down. And I'm going to tell you, when all is said and done, the left will never ever be able to protest anymore. Because people who don't have anything to do with this shit are going to get fed up and say, fuck you, fuck you, and we're done, and you go back to your mommy and daddy's basement. Pretty much, guys. It's pretty much. But I'm going to say this. People have had enough with the wave of anti-ICE protests. And I wouldn't be surprised, ladies and gentlemen, as I'm here in my diaper, in my t-shirt, that people take their anger out on these anti-ICE protesters. Wouldn't be surprised. I'd be honest with you. I would be shocked out of my diaper if common everyday folk have had enough with the anti-ICE protesters and the leftist protesters and decide to take it out on them, all because the federal government can't keep them in check, can't tell them, hey, you have a right to protest, but you can't go in front of other people's faces. You go in their face, you're going straight to jail. But the fact that the government ain't doing that, people are going to say like this, well, Mr. Government hasn't been doing their job, hasn't been telling these leftist protesters, sure, you have a right to protest, but you got to do it respectfully. But if you don't do it respectfully and legally, we're throwing you in jail. But since the government ain't doing that, and people like you and me are seeing that, they're going to think, well, isn't the government siding with these leftist protesters? That's wrong. Maybe we should start taking our anger out on these people. But I'm telling you, it is going to happen. And I'm going to give my what? Alex Jones, Art Bell, Coast to Coast AM conspiracy theory prediction. Okay? Sooner or later, guys, when people like you, me, and everyone else in America who just want to go about our daily life get sick and tired and fed up with all these wave of leftist protesters, these wave of anti-leftist protesters, okay? There's going to come a day when people have had enough and have built up so much anger that they're going to take it out on these people. And when they take it out on these people, even the federal government's going to go like this. Holy shit. They're going to be like, damn, damn. Yeah. Because I'm telling you, man, you know, they say, poke the bear. And when you poke the bear so much, don't be surprised if that bear decides to maul the living daylights out of people. Because I'm telling you, that's what the left is doing in this country with this wave of anti-ICE protesters. They keep poking the bear. Sooner or later, when that bear has had enough and they go after them, I don't want these leftists crying, complaining, going, these people, they're attacking me. They're attacking my right. They're attacking my right to go after ICE officers. They're attacking my right to go after MAGA and Elon Musk and Tesla users. Well, because you know why? You are being a dick and an asshole to people, and you weren't doing things like what everybody else tells you. You weren't being respectful to other people. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm telling you this right now, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And the fact of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, if you think that the left is going to get away with this shit scot-free and easily, you're smoking. You're smoking crack. You're smoking. I want to know what you're smoking or inhaling. But the fact of the matter is, guys, I look at it like this: people like you, me, and everyone else, okay, they're getting sick and tired of all these anti-ICE leftist protesters. They're getting sick and tired of it. Sooner or later, when they built up that enough anger, they're going to take it out on them. And when they take it out on them, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna sit there with my like coffee, beer, popcorn, and I'm just gonna go like this. That's gonna make for some interesting highlight reels and some interesting podcast episodes because I'm gonna talk about the whole shit show that'll go down. Because I'm telling you this, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you this. People are getting fed up with this. And I wouldn't be surprised, ladies and gentlemen, that the people that they piss off so much take it out on them. Wouldn't be surprised. I'll sit back and watch the whole shit show and be like this. Told you so. Told you so, ladies and gentlemen. Because I'm telling you right now, telling you, man, the left is basically poking the bear. And you know that analogy of poking the bear. When you poke the bear too hard and the bear gets fed up, don't come crying when the bear decides to maul the effing living daylights out of you people. Don't come crying, because I'm telling you right now, Portland, Oregon, the residents that live right next to the ICE detention center over there, don't be surprised, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be surprised when people get sick and tired. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised when people get sick and tired of all these leftoids protesting at ICE facilities, and the neighbors around it just want to live their life and don't want to have to deal with this shit. When they built up that anger, don't be surprised when they take it out on them. And that day is coming, ladies and gentlemen. That day is coming because a lot of people who live right next to like federal detention centers, like federal immigration detention facilities, where they have these wave of ICE protesters, don't be surprised when people get sick and tired of this shit. And when they poke the bear too hard, and when the bear attacks them, don't be surprised, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be surprised because I'm telling you right now, don't I don't feel sorry for these anti-ICE protesters. They did it to themselves, and I'm telling you, it's going to happen sooner or later. And these leftoids who don't have a single brain cell left in their body will probably never understand that pissing off people who don't have anything to do with your shit, who didn't want to be part of your shit, get pissed off, and then they're wondering why the backlash is so severe. Telling you, ladies and gentlemen, telling you, telling you, man, these anti-ICE leftist protesters, telling you, man, when the backlash hits them, telling you, man, telling you, these people are gonna cry on social media, cry on TikTok, going, "Oh, why are these people so upset at us? We're just fighting for democracy. We're fighting against fascism. We're fighting against Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and all this shit." It's because you pissed off the people so much. You pissed off the people who didn't want anything to do with your shit. It's that simple. It pretty much is. But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this bluntly. These anti-ICE protesters are poking the bear. And they're poking the bear to the point when that bear wakes up and mauls the effing living daylights out of him. Don't come crying to me that the bear mauled your ass. Because I'm gonna say, did you poke the bear? Probably you did. Did you poke it so hard that the bear decided to take it out on you people? Yeah, that's that's my stark prediction that could happen to these anti-ICE protesters if they keep fucking poking the bear. It's that simple. It's really that simple. Anyway, guys, I want to talk about this that came the day after like Donald Trump signed that big beautiful bill, okay, which happened what on Independence Day. After what happened after that, Elon Musk said he's forming what he calls an American party. And then all of a sudden, you got Scott Presler, who's against forming a third party and trying to say, oh, we should work to fix the GOP and the Republican Party. I got news for you, Scott Presler. The Republican Party has been broken. They've been they've been in bed with the Democrats and have become a union party. Give an example, Scott Presler. Come to Connecticut. You'll see how badly broken the Republican Party is in our state. The Republican Party is like what? A a bygone era of the Bush days. Yeah, they hadn't been successful since the Roland days in Connecticut. The Republican Party in Connecticut has been so broken, ladies and gentlemen, that let's put it this way: there is no hope of ever fixing the GOP in this country. Okay, there is no hope. Scott Presler thinks that there is hope in fixing the GOP. I'm gonna say like this. I got news for you, asshole. There is no hope of ever fixing the Republican Party in this country because the Republican Party often kisses the ass of Democrats just so they can skate by. But the problem is our GOP, which is our RINOs, don't have the balls, so to speak, to stand up to the Democrats and to stand up for Americans. Instead, they cave to the fucking Democrats in this country. But Scott Presler here, okay, he thinks that, oh, instead of forming a third party, why don't we organize to get voter ID on the ballot in every state that allows citizen initiated petition? Here's the problem, Scott. Have you traveled to blue states to see how fucking messed up the Republican Party is and see why Elon is creating an American first party? Telling you, man, we're going to be fractured into like what? Democrats, Republicans, conservatives, libertarians, MAGA, American Party. We're going to be fractured into 6 political parties because you know why? The RINOs have basically destroyed this country. The RINOs, every time it comes up to a vote in this country, they cave with the fucking Democrats. They really do. But the sad thing is, ladies and gentlemen, Musk is forming what he's called like the American Party. This is going to be another third party, just like just like the Libertarian. The Libertarian Party does well in local elections, ladies and gentlemen. They do well in local and state elections, but beyond state elections, they do horribly. They really do. But the thing is, the problem with the Republican Party and Scott Presler doesn't see it. It's run by old time rhinos that should be gone, that should be retired, that should be put into an assisted living facility. The fact is, Scott is beating an old horse to death. The Republican Party is dead in the water. The rhinos that run the Republican Party have destroyed it. That's why you have the MAGA Party and the Maha Party, because the MAGA and the Maha Party is what's dominating this country right now. And the fact that Scott Presler thinks that a third party is going to siphon away votes from the GOP is ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen. It is. It is ridiculous. The fact of the matter is, guys, and I'm just going to say this, the fact of the matter is, our Rhino Republican Party is dead in the water. Because many times when we need the Republicans to stand up for Americans like us, like you, me, and everyone else in the United States of America, they cave to the fucking Democrats. They cave to them so badly, ladies and gentlemen, that we can't get anything done in this country. We can't. Because the rhinos, 9 times out of 10, cave to the Democrats. And they don't even listen to the voters. Okay? It's that simple. The only way you will ever fix the Republican Party in the United States of America is if you kick out the old timers. If you kick out the old timers in this country and tell them, look, keep doing the same old shit isn't getting us anywhere. Good example, Scott Presler, come to the fucking state of Connecticut and we'll show you how bad the Republican Party is. And how bad is it here in Connecticut is probably a microcosm of how bad the Republican Party is in blue and purple states in this country. It is. But the fact of the matter is, guys, Scott Presler is in the wrong here. He's literally in the wrong. He's he's basically trying to revive a dead horse. Okay? He's basically trying to resurrect a dead horse, hoping that, oh, it's gonna work this time. It's gonna work this time. It's like akin to how leftists think, oh, socialism will work this time, communism will work this time. It isn't going to fucking work. The only way we're ever going to fix this country, ladies and gentlemen, and I've said this many times, is that we mandate voter ID, we mandate term limits in Congress. That means a constitutional amendment that says to Congress by the states that, yeah, no congressman in the House of Representatives will serve no more than like 2 years. After that, they're gone. Same thing in the Senate. No senator will serve no more than 6. After 6, gone. That means they get replaced by someone else. It's pretty much that simple. The problem I see with Scott Presler is that he wants to try to keep the Republican Party going. He thinks the Republican Party still has a shot. Sadly, ladies and gentlemen, the Republican Party has been dead. It's been dead for a long time. There's no way of ever bringing back the Republican Party, okay? The only way we're going to change the Republican Party is you get rid of the old timers. And when you get rid of the old timers, ladies and gentlemen, you bring in fresh new blood. And that's a problem with the with the RINOs. They hate new people. They hate new people who have fresh new ideas on how to get shit done. They hate that. They think the old way works. But the old way doesn't work anymore. And times have changed, ladies and gentlemen. Times have literally changed. I'm telling you this, people, right now. I'm telling you this. Scott Presler, I, I applaud him for what he's doing, but he's got a mountain to climb, and he doesn't see the other side of the mountain where the biggest problems that common everyday folk like me see is that the Republican Party is useless. It's dead in the water. Good example? Come to Connecticut. See how the Republican Party operates here in Connecticut. Once you see that, then you wonder why we don't have a Republican governor since Jody Rell, okay? We don't have a Republican Party since Jody Rell. Yeah. So, to me, ladies and gentlemen, blue states like the state of Connecticut are an example of why the Republican is like a is like a dinosaur who should have been put down a long time ago and replaced with a newer party that is a lot better that like basically answers to the voters and does what the voters actually say. Because as of right now, as of right now, our 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 rhinos in the GOP aren't doing what we tell them. Okay, I remember Ronald Reagan once said that like this: "Is like the government is the car, the people are the driver, and we tell the government where to go, what road to go. We tell them, yeah." But instead, people in Washington think that they can tell the people what to do. But the problem is, our Constitution restrains the government. We tell the government, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do any of this. Okay? Without the people saying so, without the votes. Yeah. But the fact of the matter is, guys, people like Scott Presler who say that, oh, a third party is a bad idea, my boy, the Republican Party is a bad idea. The GOP is the most horrific idea in this country. Okay? It is horrific because of the fact that the rhinos in the GOP have not evolved, have not kept up with the times, so to speak, have not even basically speak up for the people. The fact that Elon Musk is creating an American party, which is great because you know why? It breeds healthy competition. It forces the GOP to go like this. Oh shit, we better do this. We better come up with a new way to draw more Republican voters, or we're gonna lose badly. Well, you're already losing badly. Give you a good example. Come to the state of Connecticut. See how badly Republicans lose in state elections, but have a good stronghold in local town elections. Come to Connecticut. I'm gonna say this to Scott Presler: come to the state of Connecticut and come to blue states and see how badly the Republican Party has fucked up. See how badly they fucked up so badly, guys, that I'm gonna tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. This is a good example of why we need more options in this country. Okay, we need more political party options. Okay, instead of the two-party system that we have, which is what become the one-party uniparty division, where two separate parties merge into one uni party. No, no. This is why Scott Presler does not understand that the reason why a lot of people are pissed off at the Republican Party is because the Republican Party is not doing what the voters asked for. They are not doing what the voters wanted. But instead, ladies and gentlemen, they are doing what the party and their lobbyists are telling them. Okay? And I thought the voters were their lobbyists. But no, it's the rich in this. That's why a lot of people like me have been fed up with the Republican Party. I don't even I vote for the Republicans, but I lean towards conservative libertarian policies because you know why? At least with the libertarians and conservatives, we want smaller government. We want government that works for us. We want the smallest government that we can have in society. And we want government restrained to the point that in order for government to do shit, they have to get explicit permission from the people, aka the voters. Yeah, yeah, it's that simple. It's that simple. But the fact of the matter is, guys, Scott Presler, you're fighting against a headwind, and you're not realizing that yes, Elon Musk is creating a third party, just like every other third party in this country. But the fact of the matter is, in order to change the Republican Party in the United States of America, there needs to be institutional change. There needs to be change from within. Get rid of the old time Republicans who are entrenched in town hall, like town committees or state, like state Republican committees. Get rid of those people. If you get rid of those people, then we can affect change. But change doesn't happen at the national level, ladies and gentlemen. Change happens at your local and state level. What happens at the local and state level impacts what happens at the national level. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, if I ever run for political office here in the state of Connecticut, one of the first things I would do is mandate voter ID in the state of Connecticut. That means like this: you can't vote in the state of Connecticut unless you show a driver's license, a state issued ID card, a US passport, okay? Or if you're in the military, you have your military ID card. So you can't vote without showing ID. That's what I would run on. Second, I would run on election reform, which means you get rid of the ballot box. You get in those drop in ballot boxes. You get rid of those. You have same day voting, which means people who live in nursing homes, assisted living, and all that, okay? Or who are disabled, who can't vote on that day, the poll workers would go to them. You would get like one of those traditional mail in ballots, but then they would be handed to them in a locked box. And then a police officer will escort that ballot to a designated location. But if they want to have like drop in ballot boxes, I would mandate that they be put in police stations. The reason for that, ladies and gentlemen, it is secure, it is monitored, and there is a camera that dispatchers can see. That way, you can't stuff a ballot without a police officer or police chief looking at you going, "What the fuck are you doing, asshole?" Yeah. And if I ever run for office in the state of Connecticut, I would run on a platform of getting rid of the income tax, restricting the property tax to a one-time tax only. And I would do a policy where if we collect more than what's required to run the state, all the excess goes straight back to the people or to the town, and let the town decide what to do with it. So, say like for example, I'll give you let's give a good town. Let's say like the town of Weathersfield. Okay, let's say the state collected more than its fair share of taxes. Okay, after we pay up all our bills, all our debts, whatever's left goes to the towns. And the towns get to decide what to do with that money. And the towns can say, well, we could use that to fix that bridge or there, or fix that park, or fix that high school that needs new air conditioning right then and there. The money doesn't go into the coffers. Money doesn't go into special interest groups or lobby. It goes directly to the people. That's why if I ever run for office, that would be my policy. That would be my stance. That would be how I would want my state to run. It's that simple. It is. It's really that simple. But anyway, guys, wow. That was a good long show. That was a good long show. But I do want to say like this, guys, before we go. Amazon Prime week is coming up. I have an affiliate link with Amazon. So if you guys want to buy stuff on during Amazon Prime week or join Amazon Prime, full links are in the description below, guys. So if you guys want to buy stuff off of Amazon during Prime week, full links in the description below. And anyway, guys, I thank you guys for listening to Nikki's World. I'm Nikki, your host. I will see y'all soon. Bye for now. You just listened to an episode of Nikki's World. Thanks for listening. We'll see y'all soon. Bye for now.